Hola amigos, hola amigas, Doran here from Hooverlux. How are you today? Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, assalamu alaikum, welcome. Today I am going to be clipping my little doggies. There's three of them. This is Zach. He's the first on the chopping board. Aren't you, Zach? You first to get a little haircut. So anyway, so last night they all had baths and conditions, and today they're going to get cut. Now this video was requested by the Odd Job Centre. He does vacuum restoration and also dog grooming, and he asked me absolutely ages ago, it was literally just after I'd clipped them last, if I could do a demo on what I use to clip them, because I clip them myself. And I said, yeah, I can do that. I said, but the dogs aren't going to be needing clipping for at least another 4 months. And then, you know, there's no interim. They just all get done together. So finally, to the Odd Job Centre, check out his channel. Go and look for it. The Odd Job Centre. And he's got some good stuff on there. So this one is for him. So let me get the dogs on the table, or just this one first, and I'll show you what I use to trim them. So the one thing I do have is this dog grooming table. It wasn't that expensive. I had it from eBay, and it's worth its weight in gold, to be honest, for trimming the dogs. It's brilliant. It's got a nice grip on it. It's nice and steady. The dogs don't rock around on it, and they seem very happy. There is a part that comes out to here, the metal hook, but I don't need that because they're pretty good. I am not a dog groomer. I literally just give these old prison dog haircuts, which is a #1 all over. I would say 3 times a year. They all get the same. Gilligan, get out of the rubbish bin. Oh, she's into everything. So this is what I do for grooming them. I use 2 different products. The first one is for the initial cutting, the initial clipping. I use an electric powered clippers, which is, I can't remember, that's not very good, is that? I can't remember the brand of this. RC clipper. This is the clipper. This is what I use on them for the initial cut. I found it very, very good indeed. It came in a pack with 2 of these and brushes and the combs for it and everything. So this is what I use. This is what I found to be the best one. I've used Warhol cordless and corded, and they never seem to last long, but these ones I've had for over 18 months, and these have surpassed themselves. They're absolutely brilliant. They go through the dog's fur like a knife through butter, a hot knife, and they're not sharp enough to cause any damage to the dogs. They're very good. There's a kind of a fan inside the motor that blows out the air to keep it cool, and I've had no issues with them overheating or getting too hot to handle. And that's with a good couple of hours for it, because it takes to do the 3 dogs. So that's what I use for the initial cut. I use this from the neck down to the bum, down to as far as the sides I can go, and down to the front and neck. That's what I use for that part of it. Then for the other areas, I use this, which is a Cordos Pro. This is a cordless clippers. And I found these to be very good because they're very, very quiet. They charge up very well. They've got ceramic blades on them. I haven't cleaned that out because I was trimming my natural bristle Electrolux dusting brush. Don't ask. Anyway, so that's them. I have 2 of these, and the reason why, I bought one brand new for Christmas of the year Christmas just gone, Christmas 2016. And after about 4 months, I'd only used it once or twice. They just stopped working. They wouldn't charge. So I knew that there was something wrong with the charger, the plug. But they have a very specific charging adapter, so you couldn't use anything. So I bought another pair. They weren't expensive. They were about 20 odd quid. I'll put the links to these in the description below. I bought this from Amazon as well, or eBay, Amazon or eBay. So I bought another one, and the charging cable on it has been fine so far. So I have 2, which isn't too bad, to be honest, because if one starts to lose charge, by the time I do 1.5 dogs, I've still got the other one to keep on going, so I don't run out. So actually it's quite handy having the 2 rechargeable clippers because obviously there's 3 dogs. If you've got 1 dog, that's no good. So anyway, so that's what I use. There's nothing major to it. It's taken me a long time. It's taken me a good number of times to give them a go. I mean, they're not going to win crufts with what they look like. They look, like I said, they look like prison break dogs, because they have a number 1 all over. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on and start clipping Zach. I'm not going to do it on full speed because it'll take forever. I will just do the first strip for you to see what these are like and what they sound like. And then I'm just going to go on time-lapse. Okay, I just found the box that these clippers actually come from. So there we go. That's where they come, in a nice little box. Sure Clip Meteor Dog Clipper. Sure Clip. So that's the brand that makes the Sure Clip. Power 35 watts. Inside the bag you have the additional head. You have all the combs there all mixed up in there. That's where it sits, and there's a little brush, and it's got this lovely padding to keep it all together. It's quite a nice little case actually. So there we go, I found it. So that is the box for the main clippers that I use. And then for the smaller clippers, I found the box for this as well. There we go. Take a look at that. So it's the Kodos CP8000 Superpower Professional Pet. It's all in Chinese, but you don't really need much to know what you're doing with it. Inside you get instructions. Instructions are completely in Chinese, but it doesn't make any difference because you just look at the pictures. Very easy to follow. And inside you get a little bottle of oil, and you get the combs, and you get a brush as well, but that's, like I said, that's all mixed up in the other box. So there we go. So that saves me having to fanny around with putting links in the description. So just take a screenshot of that now and then go and have a look for it on, I think it was Amazon or eBay. I think these were Amazon. Alright, so we're going to crack on. First thing I'm going to do with my little Poochie is give him a brush. So I have this 2 type of brush. Like I said, I am not a dog groomer. I don't do anybody else's dog. I just do mine. Because with 3 dogs it would cost an absolute fortune. And there's no need. They can all have just a simple prison cut. Bum up. Now he is the most obedient of them, apart from his paws. He hates having his paws done. Up, stay. That, stop looking. So I talk to them as I'm brushing them because it seems to calm them down a bit. I mean, the other 2 are sleeping over there. You can't really see them. Yeah. See? I'll leave them in shot. Okay, so there we go. So just a quick brush. Right, Zach, sit. Sit. Good boy. I am now going to get the extension lead over nearby and put it behind me so I can plug him in. Okay, so I've plugged it in. This is what it sounds like. So it's really not loud at all compared to some of the other clippers I've used. These are really, really good. So I'm going to start with the first bit. So that went through him really well. It's cut the fur really good, even though I don't use any guards on it at all. I just go into the flow of the fur with him and it cuts it off, and it's very soft. So it does help. When I washed them last night and I bathed them and I used a little bit of conditioner, a bit of Pantene conditioner on them just to soften up the fur to make it easier for clipping, because his fur is the toughest out of all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition the camera and then put you on time lapse and finish him off. Okay, now I wish it would only take that amount of time, as in time lapse, because it takes forever. So there we go, one dog down. Where did I put the brush? So I'll use the soft side of the brush, just to get rid of any loose fur. And I do like a little bit of a prison cut, don't you, Zach? Likes to be free from fur, running around like a hooligan. Now you look like a God knows what dog. Prison dog. You a prison dog, Zach? Okay, so there we go. So that's one down. That's one little Shih Tzu. Next, we're going to do the big fat brown one. Cody, Gilligan. Gilligan, come here. Quick. Gilligan, come here, Daddy's boy. Come on, you're next. Come on, big boy. So this is Gilligan. You're a tufty Shih Tzu, aren't you, huh? You're a tough Shih Tzu. Hmm? You're a pit bull Shih Tzu. So again, just going to give him a brush. His fur is like satin. No, actually, no, it's like silk threads, isn't it, Gilligan? It's extremely easy to cut. The trimmers just go through it like hot knife through soft butter. Don't we? Huh? Bum up. Brush your tail. Good boy. Oh, you're gonna feel so much better after this. Yes. Gonna feel so much better. So I got a nice collection of fur growing on the floor for a big mess test that I'll be doing tomorrow when I come home from work. I don't know which vacuums I'm going to use yet. I haven't decided. So I'm going to put the first one back on charge. And pull out the second ones, which are fully charged, ready to go. Got my clippers. And I'm going to show you the first strip. Right, sit down. So what I found was if I go over it a couple of times, it doesn't leave track marks or minimum amount of track marks. So these are very, very good clippers, the best ones I've had so far. And I've been cutting these for 8 years now myself, so yes. So I'm going to put you on time lapse and I'll finish doing Gilligan. Okay, so the last one on the list is Millie. She doesn't mind having her hair cut, but she just lays down flat like a slug. So it's a bit difficult. So I've got the other half here to help me with her, because she lays down like a slug. Slug dog. That's it. It's a nice foofy tail. Sorry, foofy. And she's got lovely soft fur as well, but she just goes flat, look like a potato. Right, okay, so I'm going to crack on with Millie. Again, I'm going to do this on fast forward because it's very boring. Okay, so there we go. There's another one done. A third of them done. There's 3 of them done, I should say. Not a third. Where's the brush?
Really? Where's the brush?
Just give it a quick brush to brush off any loose fur. Book bottom girl, dog with the fur. Very indignant having your foofy done, wasn't it, Millie? But look at that. He looks so much better now. Nice pull. Oh, this one hasn't been trimmed properly.
This she's a bit anxious, but don't like the front paws done doing anything. Good girl.
Right, okay, so there we go. 1 down. 3 down. No done. All down. Right, okay, so let me just take you off the stand. So there we go. 3 shaved Shih Tzus. And a hell of a lot. Oh, shit. A hell of a lot of fur. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to finish off this video with the big fur test. So we will carry on tomorrow. Hola amigos, I'm back. It's the next day after the dogs have been trimmed and I'm standing here inside, well, I'm about to go inside the Hoover room. Let's step inside. Now, I had a very funny comment about that Miele advert on my channel. Yeah, it is quite hilarious. I'm sorry that I woke up your other half. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry you woke up your other half with my demonstration of this advert. But yeah, it made me chuckle out loud as well. Okay, so I'm going to do the big mess test. Oh, a very quick pointer as well. The pink cable arrived today for the for this Junior. So it's not exactly the same colour pink. It's a lot lighter pink than what it looked like on the picture. But it's pink, so I'm going to use that. So at some point I need to put the pink cable on that. Nice 10 meters of pink cable. That can go on there. So I don't know which vacuum to use for the big mess test. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done much on the Electroluxes for a while. So I might do, actually, yes, do you know what? I might do an Electrolux thing. Let me pick some Electroluxes and we'll do a test. I tell you what, I'm definitely going to use that one. That one there. Because James, I still haven't done that thing for him, so I'm gonna say a huge big sorry to James now because I still haven't done it. So I'm definitely gonna use this one in the big fur mess test. And actually, let me turn you around. I have the new front cover for that, so I haven't done that yet. So we've got this one. I like this one, so we'll use this one. So we got 2 older ones. Oh, I tell you what. No, I tell you what. I'm going to use this. So we have old. So we'll have old, medium old, and I'm going to use, which I haven't done anything with demo-wise, is this. Is my Electrolux Professional. Jeez, that weighs a ton, bloody hell. Okay, so there we go. So we got these 3 Electroluxes that we're going to use for the big mess test with the fur. So let's go into the garage. So we have the mess from the 3 Shih Tzus that I gave trims to yesterday. We have the Electroluxes raring to go. But first of all, if I put those Electroluxes through there, it's going to clog it up. There's a heck of a lot of fur. So what I'm going to do, like I did last time, is run Henry. Now, I know somebody said that it's not a Henry, it's an NRV, but I can't tell him that because he'll get upset. So we just call him Henry because he's red. I know he's not a Henry, he's an NRV, but we don't tell him that because he's got a face, so we call him Henry. So what I've got here is an El Cheapo nozzle that came with my absolutely hideous Argos cheap bag cylinder vacuum cleaner that is going to have a video all of its own. Anyway, this is the nozzle, and the hose, the pipe that came with it, that's actually not too bad. It's metal. It's quite a nice, got a quite nice action to it. But this is the L-Rubbish head that came with it. So what I'm going to do quickly is just run over it to get rid of the big lumps of fur, because they'll just clog up the vacuums, and that's not fair. I mean, this is not scientific, it's just a bit of fun and a chance to use some of the vacuum. So let's run it over. Now, I instantly heard the noise from Henry, so I think Henry is already full. So let me just go and check. Yes, he was actually full. Chock-a-block full. So fill that up. Take that out later. So we will carry on with the big lumps. Okay, so that's the biggest of the lumps all picked up. That nozzle is rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. So what we're going to do is have a look at the vacuums that we're going to use to pick up the rest of this. The first one off the bat, which is the oldest one, is going to be this Electrolux Twin Turbo Special. Special because I think it might have been a, what do you call it, exclusive? I'm not sure exactly. James will tell me. So this, very, very standard in design. It is, if I can have a look at the information sticker, which should be on here somewhere. There's no height control. Here we go. So this one is Electrolux serial number 8370187, 550 watts, model Z521. So this is the model Z521 special. Bag at the top, paper bag, sealed. I've cleaned this out, it smells lovely. Close the lid, switch it on. That motor could do with oiling, definitely. Okay, so next on the list of Electroluxes we have this one, which is the Electrolux Turbo 2 Super. This is the one that I remember sort of like partially during my childhood. Because after my father blew up the Electrolux 170, we had this one. This sounds different. Again, the motor on that could do with the cleanup. That's one I've tidied up. It's got height adjustment on it. So I'm going to put it on the medium one, even though there is no medium marking. I'm going to put it on the medium one. I like this a lot. And finally we have, now funnily enough, I was just looking through Facebook and somebody did one of these as a daily clean yesterday. This is the Electrolux The Professional. I bought this for second hand. It was 15 quid. It was in very, very, very good condition. I shall just switch this on for you to see. Very, very good metal brush roll on this one. Love it. HEPA filter at the side. Oh, do you know what? I didn't see what wattage this is. Hang on, let's have a look. Now, where would the information sticker be on this? I wonder. Oh, here we go. Model Z9120, made in Mexico. 1,200 watts. So this one is 1,200 watts on it. And that's the Professional. Oh God, that is bloody heavy, it weighs a ton. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a line through the middle using these vacuum cleaners. We'll start off with this one. Forgot to check the power on this, hang on. I'm not very organised today, am I? 550 watts. So that one's got 550 watts. So I'm going to set the camera up over there. I'm going to pass it back and forth and see what it does. So we've done one pass with each of the Electroluxes. First of all, the twin turbo special. Well, it didn't do very well, poor little thing. Needs some surgery, it needs some TLC, I think, and I think it would perform a lot better. This one, the Turbo 2, did a bit better than that, picked up more of the fur. Did leave a bit of a line there, but that's expected. But it didn't do too bad, I have to say. Next, the Professional. Left a little bit there, but... little bit there, line of shame. But it did do very well. It did pick up the majority of it in one pass. So it didn't do too bad. So what I'm going to do a whole area clean from here... with this area with the special, and then this part here then with that, and then finally then the rest then will be with the Professional. So just a bit of fun, and I'll set up fair dues, it did pick up everything it was supposed to do. Considering the old lady hasn't had any kind of like motor work done to it. She didn't do too bad. Didn't do too bad at all. She picked up everything. She groomed the carpet. It definitely looks a lot better than when we first started. So, let me just make sure that you can see. Yep, move you down a bit. And next I'm going to use the Turbo 2. That could do with a little bit of a motor tune-up as well, a bit of grease in the bearings of the motor there. So again, it didn't do too bad at all. I thought it did rather well. It did pick up some. It did take a bit longer to get some of it, and I can still see, I don't know if that's a stain, I'm not sure, but it did take longer. The first one did it a bit better, I think, to be honest, which surprised me. So there we go. So that is that. Next, we're going to go for the big guns. We're going to go for the professional, and we will see how this works on the rest of the mess. So I shall just reposition you ever so slightly. Okay, here we go. that is all the fur and the mess picked up from the carpet from another, that was about 4.5 months of doggy hair growth, wasn't it, Gilligan? Wasn't it that, Millie? Millie Lou? Oh, you look like little shaved little piglets now. So we used these 3 at the end to pick up the fur, and I think we will have to say that the Electrolux Professional was the winner, which isn't really surprising because of the power and the grooming action of the brush roll. But the other 2, I have to say, they did do very well in competition with it. It's just that the Professional did it a lot faster. I love these machines a lot. I like Electrolux machines. I think they're very, very, I don't know, I just like them. My mum was an Electrolux lady, so that's what we grew up with. So I'm just going to do a quick summary, so just bear with me. So there we go, that is it, done for another day. Big thank you to the Odd Job Centre for asking me to do a review of the stuff that I use for the dogs. So check out his channel, see what you got. He's got some content on there, have a look. And a big hello to James. I finally got to do this vacuum cleaner on a demo for you. And thanks to everybody who watches and subscribes. We've just hit over 300 subscribers, and again, we just can't believe it. Can we, Zach Gilligan? Huh? Can't believe it. 300 people, 300 subscribers. I know, it's crazy. So thank you very, very much for watching. I love your comments. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the like button down below, and there'll be plenty more content with me and the doggies and all the vacuum cleaners. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!